Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Shabbat Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, which tells the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, this lesson is going to be on the grinding ceasing and this place just coming to a complete stop. Okay, and food. All right. 2nd Ezra 15 and 13 will start right here. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right. Hey, the whole world is about to go through a famine. Not the famine of the word, that too, but the famine of the world. All right. Hey, and they that till the ground are mourning. Okay. Let's see, where's that at? This guy. This is Canadian prepper. All right. And yesterday, 7. Crops are failing around the world. Do this now. Let's listen to what he's saying off the bat. All right. It's not good.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, the purge has begun. The crops are not growing, and even if they are growing, you can't get them to market because the price of diesel is just too damn high. World War III intensifies by the minute, and we are but one Franz Ferdinand incident away from everything going to hell in a handbasket. So I hope you guys are doing good today.
And Franz Ferdinand was the Archduke of, I forget what it was, Poland or one of those Western European countries that started the First World War when he was assassinated.
But the Department of Homeland Security issued a terrorist advisory warning. This, of course, is only the 6th since January of 2021, so nothing necessarily out of the ordinary, but as a response to potential for copycat killings after the Uvalde incident, and of course civil unrest and civil disorder, all the usual stuff that...
So, I mean, in the first 30 seconds of him talking, he went through how many plagues that are coming upon on the earth. Serious things. Okay? So not only is Esau throwing everything he's got at the wall, the Most High is kicking things into high order, in high gear, because like the elder apostle Tahar coined, this is the year of the turn-up. Right?
Response to potential for copycat killings after the Uvalde incident, and of course civil unrest and civil disorder, all the usual stuff that accompanies times of austerity and, of course, election seasons. And of course now there's the threat of troll farms and the whole hacking thing, and countries engaging in cyber warfare. There is a great potential for civil unrest to emerge.
If you find exercise hard,
this guy's got a million commercials. Merchandise.
Countries and throughout the world this summer, because the World Bank has issued a grim economic forecast.
Now we're into economic development. We're into the monetary system. All right. And then Wall Street today is the 8th, and they're down more than 250 points. Unless they pulled it back in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to have to check.
Okay, get this. Several years of above-average inflation and below-average growth are now likely, with potential destabilizing consequences for low- and middle-income economies, which means civil war in those countries, war between those middle income economy countries, and of course, mass immigration out of those countries and illegal immigration into other countries, which will destabilize those countries who are already experiencing high prices, which will prompt nationalism, which will lead to more and more World War III.
Okay, World War III. The Dow is down 290, 300 points today. All right, and there's still 2 days left of a losing week. All right, so on and on and on. He ain't saying nothing good.
Have enough World War III already. It's a phenomenon they call stagflation that the world.
Here we go with the money. Stagflation, inflation, hyperinflation.
It's not seen since the 1970s, but likely a lot worse because our currency is a lot more inflated now, and there's a lot more modern monetary theory going around, printing money, a lot more quantitative easing in the markets right now. So it's not looking good. In terms of the crops that won't grow, France crop yields will be very poor due to unprecedented drought, down 50% in a lot of places. And this, of course, is significant because Ukraine, Russia, they provide a bulk of the world's grain, or a significant portion of it. Now, with Russia controlling the corridors that Ukraine uses to ship its grain, they essentially control the grain markets to a large degree. They've cornered the market. And this is why you've had China hoarding grain for so long. This is why India is restricting the exportation of their grain, because they can see what's coming. It's becoming harder and harder to grow the crops. It's not simply a matter of, we can throw more science and money at the problem. You can do that to an extent, but if you don't have cost-effective fertilizer, if you don't have affordable pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, and you don't have a functioning supply chain to deliver all these things.
Supply chain. Okay. The grinding is low. That affects all jobs. Okay.
And you simply can't grow things where they're not supposed to grow, which in a lot of cases is what we are doing right now. And of course, you have droughts in the interiors of all the major continents. This is a result of things that are shifting in the climate, we'll say, because I know some people don't like the change word because those Davos idiots, sitting there hypocritically preaching about how we got to do this and we got to do that, and we got to raise taxes. Meanwhile, these guys live in 10,000 square foot homes and they're taking, private jets everywhere. If you want to actually lead by example, lead by example. Anyways, we're going on a tangent. But what you need to know is that it's becoming harder and harder to grow the stuff, and more expensive to ship it. This is all the more reason why you need to get your garden in. Right now, we have a garden outside on my own property.
And they ain't going to let you have a garden. Gardens are illegal in Babylon. All right? So what did he do? He did 4 minutes of doom and gloom. Sound like one of the prophets of the Lord. We know he's not, but he ain't got nothing good to say is my point. So we'll just go ahead and get some precepts and close it. This is the climate. You're looking out the window and it's dark. All right. Ecclesiastes 12:4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right? Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail. All right, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. The times that we're in are bleak if you're not in this truth. All right? Babylon. Revelation 18. Revelation 18:22. And the voice of harpers and musicians, and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard. What does a millstone do? It grinds meal. Okay? Shall be heard no more at all in thee. All right? With the supply chain at a dead halt, if you will. All right? There's no more work. Okay? All right, that's good. Let's see. Let's get a couple more close out. It's already been made. Amos 8:10. And I will turn your feasts into mourning, and your songs into lamentation. I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins, and baldness upon every head. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. All right? And then you got the famine of the word. All right? So, hey, times is hard. About to get worse. This is Jeremiah 7:34. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth, all right, and the voice of gladness. See, because Jake is in mirth right now. They ain't thinking about what's coming. They think everything is going to be okay because Daddy Esau will handle it. Well, Esau's going down too. And the voice of gladness and the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. All right, here's what's coming. Bad times. Let's see. Let's start right here. The desolation of Israel. Ezekiel 7:14. They have blown the trumpet. Well, that's what we're out there. We're trying to let you know. Even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Most High is about to jack this place in Negroes. And niggas scoffing the truth and scoffing the prophets. Talking about some Black Lives Matter we're about to see. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valley, all of them mourning every one for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. Here we go. And horror, the horror, the horror. And shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. All right? All right, so with that, hey, you better repent. You niggas out there talk about Black Lives Matter and Kemet and RBG. And that shit ain't never worked. Most High is about to jack everything up, so you better repent, acknowledge your offense, and get your ass in order. Those of you that hate order. All right, so with that, examine yourself. Get yourself ready for this. All right, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters, with that shalom.